Hello everyone, KV here. Yeah, end of March or beginning of April. So that didn't happen. I don't know why, but when I'm not playing a game, I'm a lot more hesitant to talk, and I kind of want to get over that because I just have this weird sense of stage fright. Even though I'm not technically talking to anyone until you actually see the video, but whatever. So yeah, thank you, Daniel. Sierra, I appreciate just the. I mean, you probably had no malice whatsoever in that comment, but that really. Yeah, where have I been? Well, if you're following me on Twitter, I mean, honestly, that's probably the best place to be finding me if you want to ask me any question on whatnot. Just because that's pretty much where I'll post stuff like this. Let me pull it up on my own side. Like this post I made today about how all of a sudden I just got random anxiety for no apparent reason. Maybe Daniel's comment was related to it, but that's my own personal stuff, nothing that they did. Um, yeah, so you can see stuff like that, and me just commenting on games and stuff. But yeah, where have I been? Um, to be fair, when I did that update video back in March, I was under the assumption that I had just gone through a major like hurdle within my work life, and I was like, all right, cool, hurdle's over, time to get back to the grind. And I know, like, for that particular weekend, I was probably just like, I'm just gonna play Breath of the Wild or something like that because I just really wanted to escape for a little bit. Little did I know that pretty much that was just the tip of the iceberg, and March became a huge, awful month. And if I'm not really in a good mood, I just don't feel like recording, period. Because I feel like it's gonna suck. I feel like it's not gonna be good enough, or I feel like it's not gonna be. Cause I'll be honest, I don't think my content's that fantastic in the first place, but you guys appreciate it, and I appreciate it all the same for that reason. But, yeah, it's the. YouTube is not my day job, so I just kind of, if I'm not really feeling up to recording videos, I just don't. And since March sucked a lot, most of my time was spent just playing games on my own time. So playing Super Bomberman R and Breath of the Wild, and another game, which I'll talk about later because that brings up some good news or kind of good-ish news. Um, and so that's kind of my main, like, that was my main focus because I just needed that escape from the pressure of day-to-day life. Unfortunately, though, because of that, because of neglecting the channel and all that stuff, that pressure kind of caught back up with me. So I have kind of been on this extremely stressed mood regardless, because there isn't content going up, and usually I only take a month or 2 month break between the quote-unquote end of the year for videos compared to then when I get started back up, and it has clearly been way longer than that. In fact, it's been longer since the update video, and this technically, I'm not going to consider an update video in of itself because of some things I kind of want to just try out, because I've just kind of really been thinking out, like, what kind of stuff I just want to show and discuss or do on the channel. And clearly I still want to play games. I love playing games, I love doing Let's Plays, but just kind of thinking like more of like kind of a scheduled-ish structure, or at least one going forward for a little bit. And I kind of would like to, as hard as it is for me right now, because I mumble and I kind of stumble over myself if I don't have something in front of me to like praise, or usually praise. I have tried to stay away from berating stuff these days when I'm playing games. But if I don't have something in front of me, it is a lot harder for me to just kind of talk about stuff. And maybe I should have something in front of me, but then I get distracted. So that's kind of where that's at. But yeah, long story short, March shucked. March sucked. and I just really was not feeling up to recording. That luckily changed toward the end of the month, and actually, I should take that back. I recorded one thing in March. That has still not been edited, and I'm currently waiting on a asset that I really would like to use because I have this really cool idea, and things take time, and friends are busy, and blah 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 blah. Stuff happens, whatever. But and that I want to be the next main gameplay video that goes up on the channel, so that's kind of why things have also been pushed on hold for a little bit. But other than that, yeah, no recording was done during the month of March because just I was not, and I'm still not, feeling in a super good spot. It's not as bad as per se. I think um, there's an update video I did back in fall of 2015, and then it kind of goes in a bit to my Undertale Let's Play of just kind of like a really rotten mood, and basically a lot of those things are kind of coming back now. So it's kind of hard to, stay motivated about stuff, even though we really want to. But so like the dichotomy is you don't feel good enough to do something, but then you feel bad because you're not doing the something. But then you go, but if I did the something, it'd probably suck anyway. But then it's an endless cycle. It really, really sucks. That's my problem. And trying to get over that, I have a lot of really good friends that are helping me out and stuff. So, in all honesty, I wasn't even, I was thinking about doing something like this. But I actually have to thank you, Daniel, for just posting that comment today, because in all honesty, that made me feel really, really good. It made me feel like, I overanalyzed it and got super anxious about it after the fact, but the initial impression was, hey, someone's asking, hey, I've not seen new videos, I wonder where they're at. Like a very innocent comment, at least to me. That's how I felt about it. But of course, that then gets into like my own mentality of like, oh no, like they're asking me where I've been. I've not been doing anything for the channel. Blah blah blah. I'm bleh. Um. Okay, I made notes. I usually make notes for these now because technically speaking, what I would like to be doing going forward for the channel is I'd like to be doing kind of more of these just off the cuff discussion-ish videos. I'm not quite sure how I'll be doing them. Like, I had this idea of, like, if I had a bunch of different little KVs, I had, like, different poses to explain stuff, but now that I'm actually vocally recording this, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea. But, I am really bad at trying to like enunciate, and I don't want to edit this at all. It's kind of like the raw, like if you were to talk to me directly, this is how I talk. I'll start saying something and then I'll just completely freeze because either I forgot something, I didn't know where my train of thought was going, or I'm just like I don't know what to say and I feel too embarrassed or anxious to say something stupid. Usually. If you watch a lot of my Let's Play stuff, you can see when I actually do say really silly stuff, and that's kind of when in the moment having a good time. This is kind of more of a more mellow-ish pace. But it would be cool to kind of do, like, on a probably weekly basis, just kind of talking, checking in, seeing how things are going with everybody. Just cause. Not something I need to do, but just kind of feels nice, in all honesty, and at least put something up on the channel, as opposed to it just kind of being empty. I'd like to use that time to discuss other things too, because I do a lot of Let's Play videos, but one thing I'd really love to do is talk about cartoons, because a friend of mine and we love to watch a bunch of different cartoons, mostly current ones airing, and kind of discuss them, and a lot of the good stuff about them and their nuances. Neither of us are animation majors, so we can't speak to like the actual craft that goes into it, but we can speak to like what we really enjoy as a viewer, or don't enjoy, because I'm sure there's a few shows we could easily talk about why those aren't so good. And that could extend then to like kind of a game discussion too. Like I'd love to have a discussion about Breath of the Wild, because I did beat that game, I think 2 weeks ago now. And my goodness, I think that is probably my favorite Zelda game now. Not quite sure why. It just really felt whole, and that was really appreciated to me because the last two 3D Zelda games, one was really good, but had some faults of it that I just couldn't really elevate it to really enjoying it to the best of its potential. And one was terrible. I'm just gonna go off the record. There's a Zelda game out there that I think is utter garbage. So, um, and I probably shouldn't have said that, but this is again just me kind of off the cuff, not trying to be censored. Uh, of course, I'll go into editing and maybe like maybe I should move that. I don't know. So I think that's kind of the idea, is like trying to just just open up and talk about stuff. That's kind of what I'd like to do, in addition to doing the gameplay stuff as well. Speaking of which, I actually have started on the next of two Let's Plays I want to get recorded. But I want to have them all recorded before I actually go and upload them, because I have like this idea of like how I want to do a schedule for all of them, and it's going to take some time because one's a platformer and one's an RPG. And the RPG is going to be blind, and I haven't actually touched it yet because I need to actually get some more storage space for my computer so it can handle all of those files, since it's going to be probably like 20-30 minute videos, if I can still handle that. Because I think another piece of news that not sure anyone knows about, but I was actually partnered with a small network for a little bit, but they were owned by Maker Studios. And Maker Studios, if you know, had to basically cut all of its small partners off for some reason. I'm sure it has something to do with like corporate Disney or whatever, since they're technically owned by Disney now. So, not that I was ever making a ton of money off my videos anyway. I could honestly care less, and I know a lot of people probably hate if I said that. And the reason I could care less is because I know I'm not making a ton of money off these. I know I'm not going to be one of those high profile guys. Any of the high profile guys are getting screwed by the system. Yeah, I feel for those people. I'd rather help them out than help myself out, because that's kind of how I am. But that's why that's why I've been so focused on my actual day job, and because it's been stressing me out so much, I haven't really had like the energy to go and basically do what is essentially my hobby that I was lucky enough to get paid a little bit for a little while. But that's gone away now, so I actually have not gone back to check, because I haven't uploaded a video since that March update video. I've not gone back to check to see like what limitations may now be on my channel that I don't know about, so that's going to be fun to look into. And it's honestly like, if I can deal with whatever limitations come my way, I'm fine with that. For the most part. I mean, I think... What was that noise I just made? Just whatever. Limitation I'm fine with, as long as it's only applied to me and pretty much no one else. That's kind of how I am. Like, you can treat me like dirt, but if you treat someone else like dirt, that's when I'm going to have a problem. So, that's just how I roll, I guess. I'm really stupid that way. But anyway, like I was trying to get to, technically there's going to be 2 new Let's Plays after that one video I mentioned back there. That's going to go up first. But the idea of it would be that like a schedule would then be Sunday would be the platformer video, Monday through Friday would be one episode a day of the RPG, and then Saturday would be another kind of discussion video, or just be talking and rambling like a complete idiot like this. Maybe with gameplay footage, maybe not. But yeah, I've talked to a few friends about like maybe if they wanted to come on so we could discuss like cartoons or whatnot, or games, so that would be kind of fun. At least I think so. Because, speaking of which, in like games, like there's that whole Nintendo Direct last week, and I could go into the, you know what? Let's go to Sector right now, for the most part, from I remember from seeing it. Because I'm here, we're talking, let's just talk about it, because why not? And also because I'm sure people are still upset about that comment I said earlier about a thing, so sorry. The Nintendo Direct was really good. There. Well, that was easy. And in all seriousness, I'm glad that 3DS is still going strong. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the 3DS shouldn't exist anymore because the Switch is a portable console, but I'm just kind of like, my understanding is the Switch is a portable console. It's a console um, with the feature of being portable. It's not a system that was made to be portable, if that makes sense. That's kind of my interpretation of the system, and I really love the Switch. Haven't used it much because I played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, because Breath of the Wild was initially made for the Wii U, and that is one thing to dock it for, though, because they got rid of all the Wii U like gamepad interactions under the really, really dumb reasoning. I don't agree with the reasoning why they got rid of them, but whatever. But yeah, I played that on the Wii U instead because I want to give the Wii U like, yay, Wii U. It was a good system. So I have not played my Switch much except for two games. One was Super Bomberman R, and the other is that platformer I'm talking about, because that is what I've actually gone and started recording of. So I actually have a lot of episodes of that done. I'm hoping this week I'll actually get all of it recorded so that I'll have that all ready to go, which honestly doesn't make sense because I should probably record more of the RPG, but whatever. I'm excited for the RPG as well, because that's going to be a completely blind run, and it's from a series that I really liked back when I was in high school, but I have not touched a game from that series since then. And I know kind of like the finances and like marketing issues that series went through and whatnot, so I'm kind of curious as to like how it's still staying afloat, because it sounds like it's kind of on its last legs, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that sounds bad, but at the same time it sounds like they've made some decent ones recently, so yeah, so that's current plans. And I was going to talk about the direct. I'm excited for Ever Oasis. That looks like a really fun upcoming RPG, the Ever Oasis game. It's really adorable, like all the little animal designs and whatnot. What other? There's that Pikmin platformer. I don't know. It exists. It looks cute. I think the development team is people who made Yoshi's New Island, though, so that's kind of a red flag of if that's going to be any decent or not. I'm trying to remember what else they did for the 3DS. So for the 3DS, I mean, I know there's some really big ones that I can talk about because those are the ones that stick out to me easily. But I'm just trying to remember what else was discussed. Guess not enough for me to like fully comprehend. But anyway, 3 new Kirby games because Kirby's 25th anniversary. I'm happy about that. The Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, like this, that was another thing, is that comments have kind of tracked up on the channel a little bit because of that direct, because Team Kirby Clash Deluxe was released, and I remember in the Team Kirby Clash video I did for Planet Robobot, I mentioned that I would love to have a full version of that game, and basically that's what we got. It's a freemium game with pay-to-play stuff in it. Well, if you wanted to like pay to get some of those gem apples early, you don't need to, but you can. That's kind of cool, and I've really been enjoying that. I got a friend into it who doesn't play a lot of Kirby games, and she's really enjoying it too, just because it has that RPG element of grinding in it, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I'm excited to play that with friends. I wish there was an online feature, but I said that for both the original version of Team Kirby Clash and Kirby Fighters Deluxe and Kirby Fighters back when that was on Triple Deluxe, so I don't know. I guess they're just not trusting the internet services for some reason, which I don't know why. I have not had that many issues with the 3DS internet. As for the Switch, ARMS is going to be coming out in June, which is not spring 2017 like they initially said, but whatever. That's what happens in development. Things get delayed and whatnot. Actually, very excited for that game. I don't think a lot of people are, from my understanding, because it's that new quirky IP that is going to really want you to use motion controls, and a lot of people are like, I don't like motion controls, or the game doesn't control the way I want to control, therefore it's bad. And I kind of like, small tangent aside, I think people who complain about that just need to kind of get over themselves, because it's not really a fault of the game per se. That's a fault of you not wanting to learn the new controls. And luckily, they also thought about that, so you don't have to play with the motion controls. But that honestly seems like the more fun way to play anywho's. But they showed a new character who has noodle arms. That was kind of silly. It looks like a really silly game. That's kind of why I'm really interested in it. I guess Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is coming out next week. Not super interested in picking it up, to be honest, but I might at some point, just because I know friends will pick it up, and that'll be just an easy thing to go to as far as party games or whatnot. Trying to remember what else did they show off for the Switch, besides the other main thing they're gonna show off. I honestly don't remember. All I can remember for some stupid reason is that Muso Warriors game that uses the Fate Stay Night Fate whatever characters that I don't even know about that manga anime whatever it is, but I just know the character design sounds like okay, that looks weird, but whatever. That's the only thing that sticks out to me. Oh, Payday 2. There we go. Totally need to get that. No, I could care less about playing some stupid shooter. Sorry. Obviously, Splatoon 2. They showed off the new Splatoon 2 mode, which looks really fun. Basically, a much more cooperative version of the multiplayer, which looks really nice. So basically, it's kind of like a co-op single player in a way, but you can play it online. So that's gonna be really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. In addition to, they didn't actually discuss the single player, but they said it's coming up because they mentioned the Octarian army. So I'm really excited about that too. I guess I probably should have taken some more notes if I want to talk about Nintendo Direct, but again, this is kind of like the videos I'm talking about, I do, where I just kind of go off the cuff and just talk about stuff for a little bit for half an hour or so. So I mean, if these seem really stupid, fine, I won't do another one then. But if this is kind of just an interesting, just discussing stuff, that's cool, because it kind of gives me a time to explain hey, why is no video, where's updates, whatever. And it's well, life happens, and it sometimes is not nice, and sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes want to rule over you for the rest of eternity, and that is not fun. That got dark. It's pretty dark. But yeah, besides the Kirby Fighters Deluxe, there's going to be a full version of Kirby 3D Rumble sometime this summer, and there will be a Let's Play of that for sure. As far as Kirby Clash Deluxe, I don't think there'll be a full Let's Play of that unless I could somehow get 4 friends together so we could all play it, but then we'd also need to, 3 friends together, because if I got 4 friends together, someone just sitting there not doing anything. But 3 friends together to all play it, and then somehow be able to continue going through everything, or because I feel if we wanted to continue to play it, we would have to basically just be okay, here's $100. We're gonna spend this all on getting as many apples as possible, so we can blitz through this as fast as possible to get everything done within 2 or 3 days of recording. I don't think that's feasible, so probably won't be that, but it'll be fun to show on the channel at some point, because technically I only have it on my main 3DS right now. I don't have my recording 3DS, so I could start from scratch to at least showcase that off. So that's something to think about. And then they also said there's going to possibly be another Kirby game sometime in the winter, or this holiday season, that's going to be a multiplayer action Kirby game. I know they said action, but that's what Team Kirby Clash is already, so not going to get my hopes up too much, but Kirby Air Ride 2, that'd be pretty cool. I'll accept anything Kirby because I love Kirby regardless, but still, that's the dream right there, Kirby Air Ride 2. And then there goes my train of thought again. Always losing it when I'm just kind of whatevering. But yeah, that's kind of the current going on. It's kind of current discussion. I think also kind of important to note is from how we record, because this kind of applies to like what I'm doing now and how I've done a few of the newer videos, I haven't gone to edit them yet, and I'm kind of nervous about going to edit them because I live with some people, and I usually and our dogs, and I don't. Okay, they're my parents, like whatever. um, I don't really like to record stuff when people are around because I get nervous about it. I don't know why. I just kind of do. And we have two dogs, and they will bark at pretty much anything that they see outside, and I don't have any control over that. The only time I have control over that is that if I'm able to bring them up to my room while I'm recording and just have them just lay down and be really good for me. They're actually really well behaved when I do that. The problem is that people are home and I try to do that, then they're gonna know people are home and wonder why the heck I'm holding them against their will up in my room recording stuff. So they don't get happy about that and will make noise when I do that as well. So that's kind of why I can only record when people are not home. And if I'm not feeling good, I don't record anyway. So I pretty much only have like set times when I usually can record. I've tried to kind of get a little better about that now to actually kind of record when people are home, but then again, I don't have control if I have any annoying background noise. So that's just kind of how it is. I don't have any like professional setup or anything for noise canceling or whatever, so I can't really do much about that. Um, so that's kind of how I roll, and that's why things have taken a lot longer. So there's been my own personal stuff, but then just kind of how the uh, it's gonna say mechanics, but that's not exactly right. The circumstances of how I record uh, footage that kind of dictates that, and then of course I'll probably like maybe I don't know if I want to show a visual of this or not because it will spoil what the game is, but one of the most recent episodes I recorded of that platformer, like the ending 5 minutes of it, the entire footage got corrupted. I'm not sure what happened. Everything else recorded at the exact same settings was working just fine. It just randomly starts glitching out, the music starts going all over the place, and graphics start going over the place. And I looked at like the timeline in the Elgato capture, and all of a sudden, like I saw like it basically kept chopping up every little segment at the very end of the video for some reason. And I just went like, why did that happen? That's odd. So I have to go back and check that, and I'll probably just go and fix that in post anyway, and just like redo that section, because the first 14, 15 minutes of the video are just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that last bit, so that was really odd. But like I deal with stuff like that, and so if stuff like that comes up, then I'm just like, oh, well, now I can't really do more recordings, so I have to figure this out, or blah 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 blah. KV makes excuses about stuff. Um, I have though been assisting in another Let's Play. I have been posting, like I keep retweeting it on Twitter, and I don't actually mention it here, and I keep forgetting to. Um, if you go to the channel Types of the Gamer, she is doing she has a lot of like really cool Let's Plays that are very dialogue heavy games, and she gets together a bunch of people to basically become the voice cast of the characters in those games. So I voice three characters, or I think of three main characters and a few other characters from here to there in the game in her Let's Play of Project Cross Zone 2. And I'll have a link to that in the description below, because you should go check that out, because she puts a lot of effort into that, and to get like there's at least like 6 or 7 different people all submitting different lines and whatnot, and to sync that all up is really freaking cool how she's able to do that. So that's also like, there's some other things I've been doing, so that takes up time too, because I then do voice recording for that as well, and I get really anal about it, and I just go like, okay, here's a take, and I listen to it and I go, that's crappy, delete, and I just keep doing it over and over and over until it sounds somewhat decent. So that takes up time as well. But that's mostly done at this point. I believe the Let's Play is going to be wrapping up by the end of the month or middle of May, so look forward to that. It's been really cool, and you should check it out if you haven't already. Besides that, if you ever want to get in contact with me, Twitter is literally the best place to be looking for me. I'll post stuff, just usually random stuff that might not be relevant, but talk about games, talk about things I like, talk about what's going on, make a weird status update about how I was super anxious today because of Daniel's comments on that video. I mean, it wasn't technically their. I feel bad. It wasn't their fault. That's just like how I get anxious and just like, oh no, I'm screwing up. But yeah, I made this one comment about like how day was pretty okay, but then all of a sudden I'm super anxious, and that was right before like a big meeting I had at work this afternoon. So I was like, shit. Oh my god, I just swore. I have been trying so hard to not swear on the channel since 2014. Oh dear. Okay, sorry about that. um, because actually, if you haven't noticed that, I have actually been trying to make a conscious effort to not swear, and the reason for that is because I've been trying to keep the channel more family friendly. So I mean, you can't really if you're playing like a teen rated game RPG that we're going to be playing soon, but at least as far as I go, I try not to swear that often, even though I cuss way too often with friends. I just really irritates me. Nothing they're doing, everything I'm doing. If you ever have to know anything about me, it's that I irritate myself more than anyone else could possibly irritate me. For the most part. But then if I think about that, then it's probably going to go back to me. Anyways, I probably should wrap this up 'cause it's been half an hour. But yeah, so I made that one Twitter post, and then I got this really weird, like they quoted the tweet, and then it was like this "Win iPhone 7 Plus." I don't know why they decided to quote that tweet. That's okay, but that happens. I thought it was like someone was gonna be like, "Oh, hey, is everything okay?" Or like agreeing with it. Because I have a lot of friends that follow me on Twitter too, and a lot of like we kind of have similar like mindsets on stuff, so they will usually like that kind of stuff because like they feel like that too. So I have like kind of a common group of people that have the kind of stress stuff going on because that's just kind of how their body works and whatnot. So I thought it was just be like, simple like that. But no, it was hello :D KirbyVolt from Win iPhone 7 Plus. I don't know that's just the most bizarre gosh darn thing. So anyway, in closing, March sucked. That's why videos are not done. Videos are being worked on right now, but I am waiting on a few things in addition to getting more recording done so that I can just kind of fire them out at a rapid pace. I'm hoping to do more videos like this, hopefully a little more structured, or they aren't necessarily videos, but are just me talking about stuff, because that would be kind of cool. And I think one thing that I will do that will make it kind of open is that at the end of every video like this, it'll just be Q&A, and I'll just say, like, any questions you want to ask me, and if you want me to answer them, or don't, you could leave a question and just say, please don't answer, and then I'll be like, okay, because I'll respect your wishes. You left a question, but I'm not going to answer it. But I'll leave, wait, no, yeah, I'll let you leave comments. I mean, I never would not let you, okay. You can see how my mental state kind of really just screws around with me a lot. But yeah, if you want to ask me any questions about stuff, go ahead, and I could then like leave that for like the last 5 minutes every of these kind of videos, just to kind of go over them. And if I had like people on, they could also answer them as well. So that would be kind of cool. So nothing super crazy, but just kind of fun stuff. And this technically is not a Let's Play video, so I'm not breaking my promise of the next gameplay video and what that should be, because I know exactly what that should be, needs to be edited, need the one assets, and then it will be up, because I'm excited for that one, because I actually recorded that. That was the one video I recorded back in March, and I was actually really happy with how that one came out. So that's about it. I am probably going to not get anything else done today because this counted to me as my recording for the day. Sorry. I'll probably edit this and get this up on the channel today being the 17th of April, and then I'll probably just zone out and hopefully not fall asleep while trying to play ukulele, because I fell asleep while trying to play ukulele yesterday, and I get really upset because I fell asleep while playing the ukulele. And then I went to go take a nap. And then I didn't play ukulele for the rest of the night, and I felt really sad because I wanted to play ukulele, but I fell asleep and I was playing it earlier. You gotta get decent sleep. It sucks. Alright. Alright, well, if you have a question or just want to say hello or whatever, gameplay videos should hopefully start up back in May, or at the very least, at the very end of April. It'd be really cool if I could get that one specific video up on April 27th for reasons, and I'm hoping that this summer as well that we'll get to see that special video project I talked about in my last update video that clearly did not happen because of everything in March sucked. So sorry for the delay. Hope that this long, almost 40-minute video of me rambling about random stuff was at least somewhat interesting. Maybe. If you liked it, go ahead. If you disliked it, that's fine too. I'm not gonna complain, really. I mean, you're allowed to like and dislike what you don't want or want. And if you want to just browse through old videos, go ahead. And hopefully gameplay videos will be starting up soon again, but then additionally, I'll try to be doing a lot more of these as well. Just kind of nice, calm discussions. I'll try to come up with like a cool name for it. I was thinking like KV's chatty corner or corner chats or something like that, but I don't know if that sounds good. I'll workshop it, meaning I'll probably ask one friend and see what they think. Otherwise, please, as always though, have a wonderfully great day, and I will see you on the next gameplay video or the next one of these kind of informal discussion videos. So until then, ciao.